This is just, it's absolutely ridiculous. So obviously the game just ended. Props to Boston. Nobody thought they were going to be there. They played a really good game tonight, even though they made a couple bonehead moves when it came to Alex Cora and the management. But I'll be honest with you. The Yankees need to think long and hard about what they did paying Garrett Cole that much money, right? And here's the reason. I'm going to give you some statistics as to the reason why Garrett Cole is not worth the money anymore, because he left Houston. Now, somebody pointed this out to me today while I was talking to them about the game, and they were talking to me about this Blue Frog sunscreen, like the sticky stuff, and how he might be the most affected person when it comes to this. So I looked up the stats, okay? When he was in Pittsburgh, his ERA on average, about 3.88. Never had an ERA under 2.6. That's fine. He had a couple decent years, only had 1 year over 200 strikeouts. The day he got to Houston, he never was under or over a 2.88 ERA and never under 276 strikeouts. Houston was a huge proponent of the spin rate, use the sticky stuff, make sure you're all about the sabermetrics on spin rate and velocity and stuff like that. It's really, really weird how he went from being a really good power pitcher to all of a sudden the best pitcher in baseball for 2 years. And then as soon as he moves to New York, his numbers go right back to where they were when they was in Pittsburgh. Now, in last year in 2020, he had a 2.88 ERA, which is pretty good. He had decent strikeout numbers. But then this year, right at the beginning of the year, they added the whole, hey, we're not going to let you use the sticky stuff, all that pine tar stuff. And he still had decent numbers, but his numbers jumped up to a 3.2 ERA, and he only had 230 strikeouts total for the year. He took a significant step back when it came to that. Now, what I would be saying right now is Garrett Cole a product of Blue Frog and all of the sticky substances that were being there, and the only reason he made that good of a jump when he went to Houston is because of all that? I'm going to say yes. Now, I don't want to talk about the Yankees anymore. Even though we did predict the Yankees to win, I did say that if Garrett Cole got knocked around early, that they would lose. And he was going to get knocked around. He needed to get knocked around by Schwarber, Devers, Bogarts, and Verdugo, and all of them had a game today. Devers didn't really do much with the bat, but he walked twice and scored a couple runs. He did a good job. Schwarber went yard. Bogarts went yard. Verdugo had a huge 2-out double, and they stepped up. Now, what I will tell you is Nathan Eovaldi is turning into one of the top 5 pitchers in the league. And I will tell you that what he did tonight from a pitching standpoint wise and a scouting and a scheme wise of how he wanted to go out pitchers is how you need to attack pitchers in sabermetrics. Yes, he throws 99. Not a lot of people can do that. But when you throw that hard and you're facing a team like the Yankees, which is built to hit home runs and hit home runs only. If you look at them, their batting averages are 250, 250, 252. There's a bunch of these guys, a lot of home runs. You know, they have the poster child for sabermetrics, 3 true outcomes in Joey Gallo. And Eovaldi is the type of pitcher. And that's why you're seeing these pitchers and why you see pitchers do what they do is the reason why he had the scheme he had tonight, throwing upper 90s and upper half of the zone and then throwing breaking stuff off the same plane to the lower half. None of the hitters could catch up. They were all on their back foot. Now, I will tell you that the home run by Rizzo, which was the only pitch that was bad, he was ambushed. He threw an early curveball in the count. Rizzo ambushed him, pulled him down, almost pulled it foul, but kept it fair. And almost every other ballpark, that's a foul ball. And the thing that pissed me off the most was when Cora, he gives up the home run to Rizzo, right? The next pitch is a 30 hopper to the shortstop where Aaron Judge is basically sprinting like he's trying to make the Olympic team and barely beats it out. And he's at 6th inning and he's got 70 pitches and he's been shoving it all night. Nobody has hit him at all. It's not even close. People look like they just want to pack up and go back to New York, and they take him out. Now, I understand the reason why it pisses me off is because that's all sabermetrics. That's the dude from Hiram from Tampa Bay coming in and saying, this is how we're going to do it. This is what wins games. And then even Rodriguez, A-Rod, said, the things you do in the regular season do not translate to the postseason. And he was saying that about the Yankees. When the Boston Red Sox do that against a better team than the Yankees, like they're going to be playing for the rest of the series, that will come back to bite them in the ass. When Eovaldi is throwing the way he was throwing with only 70 pitches in the 6th inning, It's the same thing with Blake Snell in the World Series last year, where he had 60-something pitches, 70 pitches with a no-hitter, and they took him out because the Saber metrics say you should do so. The percentage of times every single person coming out of the bullpen is going to come into the game and do their job is very much lower than taking out somebody who's already doing their job, regardless of pitch count. Now, again, he gave up an ambushed home run to one of the best postseason hitters of the last couple years. And then he gave up a 30 hopper to a guy that, runs decently well. I'm not going to say the Judge is slow because he's not slow, but he runs decently well, and he got on base. I mean, what do you want him to do? I mean, and then you say, okay, here's the problem with it. Because they came in and they shut him down. Every single guy that came in shut him down. Brazier, Hawk, Robles, and Whitlock all came in, did their job. Obviously, Stanton hit a solo home run. What he did to right field, I mean, down the line, not a lot of hitters in baseball are going to do that. But they came in and did that. So what it tells the GM and Cora is we're justified in taking Eovaldi out. We're justified. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to be justified and just on your couch when you do that to somebody like Chicago or Tampa Bay in the next round, because they're going to take advantage of that, and they're going to start lacing balls off the guys that are coming out of the bullpen. They're bullpen guys for a reason. If they were good enough to start, they would have already been starters, right? You have one of the best pitchers in baseball, and you take him out. I do not want to see Boston do what the Padres or what the Rays did last year, taking out Blake Snell. It will come back to bite them in the ass. Other than that, Boston looks like a team that should be able to win pretty good games, but they've been owned by Tampa Bay for the last 2 months. So I still think Tampa Bay wins the next series. I know we had Tampa Bay beat New York, and this throws kind of a wrench in that, but I have Tampa Bay winning. It's going to be 3-2 now instead of 3-1. It could be 3-1. You never know, because here's the thing. You got two teams right now that are basing everything they do off of regular season sabermetrics, right? Tampa Bay was built by the GM that's currently in Boston. So they have the same philosophy, and it does work in the regular season. You do rack up wins when you do that, but when you have to win one game and one game only, and you have to make split-second decisions in the sixth inning with one of the best guys in baseball throwing his heart, just absolutely shoving aspirin up the ass of the Yankees, you can't take him out. You got to let him get out there and tow it. You can't do it. You have to let him play. And that's all I really want to say. I just wanted to react on that because it was one of the things where it's like the Boston they got away with one tonight, and the Yankees, they were exposed with the way they built their lineup of all home run hitters, and that's it. Joey Gallo's and Stantons and Judges. They need Rizzo to re-sign, or they're not going to have a good year. It's going to be the exact same stuff next year. They may win in the regular season because they can slug, but that stuff doesn't work in the postseason. So, and they're going to be playing against Boston and Toronto next year, and we'll see. Boston's only going to get better. The Yankees better figure it the fuck out, or they're going to be done for the rest for a while. So, let me know how we did. I hope everybody's excited for tomorrow's wild card game. I know I'm excited for it. I'm going to be streaming. Basically, what I'm going to be doing is it's just going to be me. I'm going to be doing commentary, calling the game live. During the game. Obviously, we can't show the game because of YouTube rules and stuff like that. So you can just turn the game on, and if you want to stick around and watch the game with me, you can, and listen to me talk. I'll explain kind of what's going on with the game, how pitchers are throwing, what they're trying to do, what hitters are trying to do. Basically, baseball strategy. So you don't have to listen to Buster Olney and Alex Rodriguez talk about Eovaldi taking his Christmas lights off his fucking roof in the middle of the sixth inning when somebody just hit a home run and you're wondering what the hell's going on, right? How's this dude throwing so well? They're talking about fucking Christmas lights. Now, I love the guys. They're really good at what they do and everything like that, but that's not what people want to hear when it comes to modern-day baseball players and modern-day baseball. They need to get with the times a little bit, start talking about deep dive strategy. And that's what we're going to do tomorrow when we do this. So appreciate it. Let me know how we did. Like, comment, subscribe, all that YouTube stuff, and we'll see you on the next one.